In the ancient kingdom of Obodolu, power was sacred and the throne was feared. King Adigwe ruled with wisdom, but his greatest sorrow was childlessness. 3 wives had failed to give him a son, and the people murmured that the gods had closed his lineage. Desperate, he sought the oracle. The chief priest Okafor delivered a message from the gods. The heavens will give you a son, but not through any of your queens. She whom the gods choose shall bear the heir, and through her womb the kingdom will stand or fall. Days later, a divine sign came. A dove descended upon a maiden during the royal festival. Adaugo, a humble woman from the land's outskirts, the gods had chosen her. King Adigwe married her as his 4th wife, naming her Queen Adaugo of Obodolu. Soon, she conceived, and the oracle foretold again. The child in her womb will wear the crown if he lives to see the sun. But jealousy festered in the palace. Queen Awubiko, the king's first wife, whispered into the ears of the chief priest, plotting to erase the prophecy. When the king learnt from the oracle that enemies sought the prince's life, he called his loyal guard, Obinopo, and said, "Take my queen to my mother's village. Let no one know where she is until my son is born." That night, under the cover of darkness, Obinobo and the pregnant queen left Obodolu. Only the gods and the night sky knew their path that night.
Months passed peacefully in the king's mother's village. Queen Adaugo's belly grew, and Obina watched over her with loyalty, as if guarding the kingdom itself. At last she gave birth, a boy, strong and radiant, with a mark of the sun glowing faintly on his chest. The king rejoiced at the news and ordered that after 2 Eke market days, they should return so that the land would celebrate its heir. But not all celebrated. That night, as the king bathed in preparation for her journey home, assassins struck. Obina heard a scream, rushed to her chamber, and found her bleeding, whispering, "Take my child! Run! They are coming!" Her voice faded with her breath. Obina grabbed the infant and fled into the dark forest, but his pursuers followed. They knew the prince must die. Wounded and weak, Obina hid the crying baby beneath the hollow of a great Iroko tree, praying, "O gods, protect the heir of Obodolu." Moments later, the assassins caught and killed him, but the baby remained silent, shielded by divine mercy. That night, a fearless hunter named Ezeaku heard the faint cry of a child in the forest. At first, he thought it was a spirit, but the gods guided him. He found the child wrapped in leaves, glowing faintly in moonlight. He took the baby home to his wife, Nkem. They named him Ikemefuna, "My strength is not lost." When his name was spoken, lightning struck the sky and rain fell heavily, as if the heavens themselves rejoiced. Meanwhile, back in Obodolu, King Adigwe moaned. His queen was dead, his messenger gone, and his son nowhere to be found. He said, "The gods have taken my heir. Let my enemies dance for now." The screen fades. The sound of thunder echoes. The gods are not done.
18 years later, the kingdom of Obodolu was a shadow of its former glory. King Adigwe, grey and broken by guilt, still reigned, though true power now rested in the scheming hands of Queen Onwubiko and her ambitious son, Prince Tobena. Meanwhile, far in the quiet village of Umunze, Ikemefuna, the lost heir, lived as the son of the hunter Ezeaku. He was known for his courage and strange dreams, visions of palaces, battles, and a woman crying his name from the clouds. As Ezeaku fell gravely ill, he revealed the truth. "My son, you were not born of my blood. The gods placed you in my path beneath the sacred Iroko. Protect this pendant, it bears your destiny." Ikemefuna, shaken, left to find the truth. That same night, thunder split the royal shrine in Obodolu. Beneath the shattered altar, the priest discovered a scroll glowing faintly with ancient words. "The heir lives. He bears the mark of the sun." Queen Onwubiko panicked. "The gods mock us again," she hissed to the chief priest. "Find the boy and end this once and for all." But fate was already moving. Ikemefuna's path and the royal guard's search soon collided.
The gods knelt before Ikemefuna. "By the gods, you carry the seal of Obodalu." Confused, Ikemefuna followed them to the palace, his heart pounding like war drums. When King Adigwe saw the mark on his chest, tears streamed down his face. "The gods have returned my son," he whispered. The palace erupted with whispers. Some rejoiced, others trembled. Prince Tobena's fists clenched. This cannot be. I am the heir." Queen Onwubiko's eyes burned with fear and rage. That night, she met secretly with the chief priest. He must never sit on that throne. Summon the dark spirits. The time for mercy has passed. Meanwhile, the king publicly named Ikemefuna as Prince of Obodalu, declaring a 7-day festival to crown him. But Tobena's jealousy grew deadly. He plotted to poison Ikemefuna during the feast, unaware that the gods were watching. During the banquet, as Tobena raised a cup towards his half-brother, thunder shook the palace. The wine turned to blood. The guests screamed. The king fainted.
Night fell heavy over Obodolu. The palace trembled as ancestral spirits descended. Flames flickered in the shrine. The chief priest's voice echoed in agony. "The cost of the innocent's blood must be repaid." Queen Onwubiko fled to the throne room, clutching Tobeno's hand, but the floor cracked beneath them, as if the gods themselves rejected their presence. A divine storm raged. The golden pendant around Ikemefuna's neck began to shine. In a voice not his own, Ikemefuna declared, "I am Ikemefuna Adigwe, son of prophecy. By the blood of my mother and the mercy of the gods, let truth reign again." Lightning struck the shrine, consuming the chief priest in flames. Queen Onwubiko screamed as shadows pulled her into darkness. Prince Tobeno, weeping, fell before Ikemefuna. "Forgive me, brother." Ikemefuna lifted him up. "The gods judge the heart, not the blood. You are my brother still." The storm calmed. Dawn broke. King Adigwe, now at peace, placed the royal crown upon his true son's head before breathing his last. As the drums rolled, the people of Obodolu bowed before their new ruler, King Ikemefuna the Just. The prophecy fulfilled, the kingdom restored.